play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Teens tell authorities an age-old childhood prank, the ding-dong ditch, turned deadly. High school senior shot to death while doing the stunt, his friends say, for a TikTok video. Now the homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, arrested and accused of second-degree murder. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff.
This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I would love to see Ring Doorbell. I hope he has Ring Doorbell.
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, all we gotta do is
all we gotta do is do
Ring
doorbell.
Do the give, send, go challenge, and whoever get the most money gets set free or not charged. How about that?
This one right here is
to death.
These pranks. I'm gonna show you these pranks. These pranks are fucking crazy, man.
For a TikTok video.
Terrorism.
Now the homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, arrested and accused of second-degree murder. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office saying in a press release it was 3 a.m. Saturday morning when they got a call for a burglary in progress where shots were fired.
3 a.m.? Are you kidding me? It's not even 3 a.m. now. If somebody came and banged on my door right now, because the thing is they try to bang, it's like, I forgot what they call it. I'm going to show you the video.
The feds.
Bang on your door, they trying to knock the door down. And it's 1:30 on the East Coast, man. So it's an hour and 30 minutes from now. Somebody come do that shit. That shit would be troubling, man.
Deputies found 2 people with gunshot wounds on the scene. 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. was transported to a local hospital where he died just hours before his high school prom. His stepfather telling me he was a student athlete who played lacrosse, football, and wrestled, now gone. Another teen grazed with a bullet, telling investigators, according to court records, they weren't trying to break into the home to steal anything. They were just ringing doorbells and running away. And a third teen, not shot, telling authorities the same story and showing police a similar video from earlier that night. The question is whether a resident can claim self-defense in such a case.
In Virginia, if you are going to use lethal force, you have to be in fear from the perspective of a reasonable person of bodily harm, great bodily harm, or death.
The sheriff's office saying the Butler is held on no bond at a local jail. We haven't been able to reach him or an attorney. The investigation is still ongoing and may uncover if it really was a ding-dong ditch that led to shots ringing through this neighborhood and a young life lost. Drew Wilder, NBC Washington.
Thanks for watching.
Damn.
She's actually right. She's bad as shit, too. She's actually right. And I'm going to advise all of Vlog Nation. We don't know what happened, but I'm assuming he shot through the door. Do not shoot through the door.
Oh, yeah. No, don't do that.
Tonight, an investigation into a weekend shooting in Spotsylvania County. The entire community is debating the details of the case where 3 teenagers accused of breaking and entering a home on Mackenzie Lane were shot at. 2 of the teens were shot. One of them, a high school senior, killed. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder explains why this story is drawing so much debate.
Is this the case of a homeowner defending their property legally against potential burglars? Or is this a case of a TikTok prank gone horribly wrong? Maybe it's even a little bit of both. These are the questions prosecutors here at the Spotsylvania County Courthouse are trying to answer tonight. And at the heart of all of this mystery and all of the speculation taking place on social media, a teenager is dead, and his family tells me that their lives feel shattered. 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. was a senior at Massaponax High School in Spotsy. His stepfather says Michael played lacrosse, football, and he wrestled. But at about 3 a.m. Saturday, just hours before the high school prom later that night, Michael was shot and killed by a homeowner on Mackenzie Lane. The homeowner, who has not been named nor charged with any crime, says Michael and 2 other teens tried to break into their house. News 4 knocked on the door of the home, but no one answered. Tonight, the Spotsylvania County Commonwealth's attorney is reviewing the evidence to determine if charges are appropriate or if this was a justifiable shooting. But here's where this story takes a turn. So there were 3 teens involved. Michael was shot and killed. A second teen, 17 years old, was grazed by a bullet. While that teen was in the hospital, detectives interviewed him. He said, "We weren't breaking in to try to steal anything." He told the detective they were doing ding-dong ditch pranks, recording them as videos. They were going to post them on TikTok. So that detective went and found the third teen that was involved. That teen wasn't shot. He wasn't injured in any way. But that teen had the exact same alibi and even said, "Here, take my cell phone. You'll find a video that we recorded at a different house doing the same prank earlier that night." The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office has not said whether or not that alibi checks out, but of course, we'll let you know as soon as we learn more.
That's fixed in the back,
The guy can still say, look, man, they ran up and just, banged on my door. I thought they were breaking through the door. It felt like they were breaking through the door because that alibi is based on trusting them, good faith. You could go burglarize homes and just put a fake ding dong door ditch in your phone as an alibi. You know what I mean?
Now I feel you, but it doesn't work that way. Home defense
I
does
know.
not work that way. Yeah.
I just want to say this. Remember that one black kid? I mean, that son kid who got killed by that old glider, and like that glider got charged, and then he died. Like I think right after he was sentenced.
No, that
Yeah,
kid
Ralph
didn't
Ralph.
die. He
No,
survived.
the guy who shot him died. He died in
Guy who
prison
shot him died.
actually,
Yeah.
or jail. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. How many sons called for that guy to be tried and sent to jail? But how many of them are going to want this guy to be let go for self-defense?
All of them, 100% of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
details on a tragic story out of spot.
like anybody in law enforcement, Mac and Crook, you can't claim home defense unless they go through that threshold, right?
So it's dicey. It depends on your jurisdiction.
Yeah,
It depends
dicey.
on your state. My advice to my concealed carry students is that if you believe that someone is trying to kick in your door, first of all, don't go to the door at all. All the police, call 911, put it on speakerphone, get a Ring doorbell so you can see that shit. But most importantly, do not fire through the door. Okay, find a spot in your home where you can set up with your gun pointed at that door. And if they're not yelling police, search warrant, fire department, your house is on fire, or Domino's Pizza, we got it hot and ready. If they kick that door in, let them fly.
That's good to hear.
We have new details on a tragic story out of Spotsylvania County. A high schooler is shot and killed during what may have been a social media prank gone wrong. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman. That shooting happened during what was first reported as an attempted home burglary this weekend in Spotsylvania County. 7 News' Christian Flores has new details now.
That brother look mean as shit too, man. He look like I wish he'd have took a nicer mugshot. He just looked like just look mean, man.
He look like he did that shit.
Yeah. How many likes do we got, man? Somebody tell me how many likes we got, man. We've been on for like 2.5 hours. How many likes we got? Yeah, this brother though, yeah, I mean, I could see him being mad. Damn. Let's try to get 200, man. Let's try to get 200 likes, man. Let's see if we can get, if everybody who hasn't hit the like button yet can hit the like button, man. So we get to 200.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna drop down, man.
All right, man.
I'm drop down, do a $50 challenge, bro. Bring me back up.
All right, man. Salute.
All right, bet.
Oh, 1 hour and 45 minutes. All right. 1 hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, he do look like a dog, like a cartoon dog.
Reported as an attempted home burglary this weekend in Spotsylvania County. 7 News' Christian Flores has new details now and spoke with the teen's classmate.
What was supposed to be a celebration ahead of graduation has instead turned into a somber event. Tuesday night's senior sunset here at Massaponax High School has become a place where students come to grieve after the loss of one of their classmates during this weekend's shooting. And now we have court documents that paint a clearer picture of what might have happened.
It's been very emotional, honestly, because, we graduate next week.
Massaponax High School seniors heartbroken after their classmate, 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr., was shot and killed on Saturday.
He was a very passionate person about stuff, and it was sad that he had to go the way he did.
One juvenile was not hurt, but another teenager was shot and survived, who's close friends with Kamani Keys.
I went to the hospital that morning, actually, because when I heard one of my closer friends got shot.
Spotsylvania County Sheriff's deputies arrested 27-year-old Tyler Chase Butler, charging him with second-degree murder, among other charges. Detectives say the initial 911 call was for an attempted home burglary that ended with Butler, who lives in the home, opening fire.
The gunshot went to the chest. I'm back to the scene for it.
Yeah, if he's 27, the black dude, he definitely got some fucking felonies or some kind of restrictions on him or something. He might be on probation or parole or something. You can tell the way he looked. He been into some shit. It
was for an attempted home burglary that ended with Butler, who lives in the home, opening fire.
The gunshot went to the chest. I'm back to the scene for it. An additional subject, a gunshot wound.
7 News on your side obtained the search warrant for the cell phones of the 2 surviving juveniles. They told police they were playing a prank called Ding Dong Ditch, where they ring doorbells and run away. According to court documents, they said they had done this to a few homes, were filming themselves, and planning to post this on TikTok as part of a...
I can believe that, man. It just, hey, man, it just did the wrong thing, man. I feel bad for them because, I mean, you young, you do pranks.
He deserved to get beat up, but he didn't deserve to get shot.
Yeah, I mean, he said beat up. I mean, but in order to beat somebody up, you gotta, like, somebody is banging on your door, you have to go out, and then that's a lot of onus on the homeowner. Like, somebody 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody's kicking your door and shit, and it's like, let me go out here and physically get into a hand-to-hand combat with this guy.
Yeah, but he just deserves to get beat up. Whether the homeowner does it is irrelevant.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
hold
3
on.
a.m. like when somebody's sleeping, like it's just fucked up.
It's one prank that's going on that they do, man. I'm trying to figure out what. It's one prank that they do where they literally, here it go right here.
5 teenagers have been taken into custody in Johnson County after deputies say they kicked and pounded on a person's door and simply ran away.
As Fox 59's Jenny Draesler explains, it's all part of what the Johnson County prosecutor says is a dangerous TikTok challenge.
I spoke to numerous people who live here in the Kensington Grove neighborhood. All of them told me they're angry that this even happened in the first place, and these teens need to think twice before kicking on someone's door.
I heard just a loud thud. It wasn't like kicking and banging. It was like they tried to, they kicked in the door. It was one solid, just loud thud.
Chuck Hiles says on February 27th, around 6 o'clock at night, he saw and heard 5 teens kicking and banging on his neighbor's door in the Kensington Grove neighborhood in Greenwood. He gave us this surveillance video, which he says showed the teens walking in the neighborhood moments before it happened.
Saw my neighbor take off after him. So we kind of cut through the houses. I followed them, and he chased them, 3-4 blocks away, across Stones Crossing, down to Molinex. Lost him in the woods, called the cops. They came and kind of took it from there.
Johnson County Sheriff's officials say the suspects are between 13 and 14 years old. Prosecutor Lance Hamner says what the teens were doing is all part of a viral TikTok challenge called the Door Kick Challenge, a new version of Ding Dong Ditch, except instead of ringing the doorbell, the participants bang and kick on the door and then run away.
If kids think about this, they know that this is knucklehead behavior because common sense tells you this is going to terrify somebody. And when you terrify somebody at their door, there can be something happen back to you.
Hamner says he has no tolerance for this, and the juvenile's actions could carry serious consequences.
It's definitely a trespass. It can be considered an attempted residential entry. That's a felony.
See, it can be considered an attempted residential entry. Now, did that son man, because Virginia has a concealed carry, but it doesn't have constitutional carry. So did that son man have a license for that gun? They shot them. Did he have a license for that gun? Did he?
And it's a serious situation.
And neighbors say
sometimes you don't need a license to own a gun. You just need a license to carry it outside of your house. Like in PA, before I had my license to carry, I was able to buy a gun, but I just if I had to take it to the range or something, I couldn't have it loaded. I have to keep the ammo and gun separate.
Yeah, where are you? Are you in Philly? If you're not in Philly, got different laws than Pennsylvania, though.
Yeah, I'm in Philly.
Yeah, Philly got different laws than Pennsylvania.
And before they take,
like some places, yeah. But here's the thing: if we got to see that Ring doorbell, man. I wonder if these are black people, so they might not have had a Ring doorbell. I would suggest everybody get a Ring doorbell or Vivint or something.
They take part in these viral challenges.
Kids don't think anymore, and it's play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Somebody is going to get hurt.
The 5 juveniles are expected to appear in court in the coming weeks, and Hamner expects to file juvenile charges later this week.
To iTeam 8 now, a TikTok prank makes its way to central Indiana. Police are calling it dangerous and tonight are sending a warning. There's also concern about possible serious injuries. iTeam 8's Cats.
What's up?
Mac Knight needs the link to get back in.
You don't have the link? Oh, shit. The link is in the description box. I thought I put it in there, didn't I?
I think it's there.
Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah. This is I just don't, 3 a.m. God damn, playing this game at 3 a.m. in the morning in a like maybe New York City where the majority of people are not gonna have guns, or DC, where the gun laws are really strict. But you playing this in fucking Virginia or Indiana?
Kat Sandoval talks to a victim.
It's called a kick door challenge, where you kick a stranger's door as hard as you can, film it, and flee the scene. Danville police.
She say as hard as you can. I gotta clip that. Hold on.
Stranger's door as hard as you can. Door as hard as you can. Or 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 as hard as you can. Film it and flee the scene. Danville police say these pranks are dangerous, if not deadly.
It's very dangerous. I mean, had I shot through that front door, I don't know who would have got shot.
Rhonda Atkerson said someone kicked down her door around 5 a.m. this summer. Even though it happened in June, you could see a faint footprint left on the door.
You can see the other one started here.
At that time, her 3 grandchildren were in the house visiting. Her son heard the commotion.
3 hard kicks. He yelled at my grandson, "Tell Mama I'll get her gun." Honest. And then all he heard was crashing and banging.
Danville police said a total of 3 similar incidents happened on East and West Mill Street. Nothing was stolen, no one entered the home, just doors kicked hard in the early morning. One resulted in a broken door latch. Police are warning that homeowners have the right to defend their homes and that 2 of the 3 victims were armed. They say none of the homes had a doorbell camera. No arrests were made and no suspects.
Parents need to know where your children are, especially after dark.
Atkerson says the prank.
That's right, white lady, man. Salute to Mac Knight, man. Shout out to Paul Lawrence, man. Patrick Lawrence, man. Patrick Lawrence in the building, man. Eric S. Sock Nation Hall of Famer coming through once again. He says, as a Sun teen in the mid-90s, we used to put fireworks out of people's houses in the neighborhood around the 4th of July time frame. We later apologized. Yeah, man. Y'all was good kids. Y'all apologize, man. Shout out to Mac Knight once again.
I didn't know the gravity of this situation, so I'm going to retract what I said earlier. I thought they were just, knocking on doors, ringing doors, and running away. Apparently, that's not what's happening. People are kicking doors, and you know the difference between someone knocking on your door and kicking it in.
They said one of the guys broke the door latch. One of the guys, he just said one of the guys one of the kids broke the door latch on the home. That's a hard ass kick, right?
Well, most people don't have very secure doors or door frames. They don't have very secure doors. They don't have very secure door frames. So, yeah, it doesn't take much to breach that latch. They're playing a very dangerous game. And free my bro. If that's what happened to him, free him.
Yeah, I think he got arrested because they didn't arrest him until they interviewed all the kids. So it's like, I don't know what, I just don't know, man. I think they going by that one video of them doing ding dong ditch, I guess, ringing the bell, and they're like, he got to be able to say, hey man, they didn't ring my bell, they kicked my door. You know what I'm saying? That's what he got to do. Hopefully he hasn't given a statement yet.
No, this is a new phenomenon. I try to stay up on this stuff, but this is something new, bro.
Yeah, scary, huh? You just kicking them. You literally are literally doing this. Doing this at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon is dangerous, man. They doing this shit 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Look at this.
Ding Dong Dash, but for a new generation. The TikTok challenge that involves kicking a front door and running away before the occupants answer plays out over and over again on the social media platform.
TikTok challenge.
But at the same time, terrorizing this quiet Vancouver Island neighborhood.
And you notice all the neighborhoods look like Edward Scissorhands where they do this shit at? None of the neighborhoods look like fucking, you know what I mean? The hood.
Nah, you're not getting away with that in the hood. It's not fucking happening.
That's just appalling. It's just ridiculous. Like, what's happening to us?
Think it's wrong?
Many asking not to be identified for fear of being targeted.
It got to the point where it was frightening. You'd be sitting in the evening watching the news, and all of a sudden it would sound like the whole door was coming in. And so you'd get up to go, and away they'd be running, giggling and laughing at us.
But last Sunday, Owen May, a resident who did not want to speak on camera, decided enough was enough. He says he and his neighbors had repeatedly reported the incidents to police, but when nothing was done, he set up a tripwire with fishing line under his door. Telling Global News, "I got a catch of my lifetime the other night. One of them got tangled in a piece of my fishing line I left outside my door." Then he shared this video.
Nice.
It shows May's wife pouncing on the young man. May says an assault ensued. It's important to note that portion of the video was never shared.
It was brutal, though, to see the violence. So it's just sad to see that this is starting to happen here.
There's no reason for it in this day and age.
May says the altercation landed both he and his wife in hospital. She suffered lacerations to her eyelid. His feet and legs were equally roughed up.
Hang on, the wife
Our
was the
CMP
wife
were
the one
not
who was
available
tackled?
for comment, but in an
Yeah.
email to May
Thrown
confirmed
down.
Wife jumped out there. Wife just like she tired of that shit.
Hell yes, man. Shit, where do I find these gliders, bro?
officers had identified 2 youths involved. Writing, I will be forwarding my report to Crown Counsel with recommendations of charges. But May says he's been made aware he could be facing charges of his own,
He
relevant
says,
to
"I'm gonna
Section
fuck you up."
247.1 of the Criminal Code of Canada, traps likely to cause bodily harm.
It seems very complex, and so it is going.
I'm sorry, he's getting charged?
Media challenge isn't only terrifying some of the victims in that area.
Huh?
He's getting charged?
Of course he is, man.
For setting up the fishing trap?
Beat the shit out the kid.
Well, a social media challenge isn't only terrifying some of the victims in that area. Many are concerned the kids doing it, like you see here in this video, could come close to getting themselves hurt or even worse. Fox 26's Donnelly Keith is joining us now live in Friendswood, where police are sending out a warning.
Yeah, several kids here in Friendswood have been caught on camera carrying out what's called the TikTok door knock or door kick challenge. It has everyone from parents to police fearing this could turn deadly if these kids don't cut it out. Recorded wreaking havoc here at area homes while kicking and banging on doors at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was scary. It was frightening. It was terrifying.
Some say this TikTok challenge is so dangerous, these kids have been fortunate so far to have only been caught by cameras and not by
Damn, look at how many
homeowners.
times he kicked that door with the base of his foot. That's like 10 kicks, man.
So it's like 1 a.m.
Only
right
been
now.
Caught by cameras and not by homeowners.
There has been reports of where they kicked so hard that they actually have kicked the door in and caused damage.
And I didn't know whether a bomb had gone off or what had hit my home. It's totally broken from its base.
Man.
It wasn't an explosion that ripped through 77-year-old Gwen's door frame in Seabrook. It was kids carrying out this foolish challenge.
When all of a sudden I heard this boom, boom, and the front wall, the door, everything shook. And I looked up and kids running past my window. And a lady pulled up.
My thing about this, man, is a black kid get killed by a white homeowner, and this shit is gonna be seen so. This gonna go so crazy if a black kid does this and gets killed by a white homeowner. That's what it's gonna take.
Too much documentation, bro. Too much documentation.
No. Everything is too much documentation. Crime, carjackings, fucking stealing cars and hopping out and running with the gun. All them black people are on that father's side, and all the black people that were talking about something. He didn't point the gun at the officer. He didn't even point the gun at the officer. Like, come on, man, McNay, come on, man. If a black kid get killed by a white homeowner doing this shit, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh, everything shook. And I looked up and I saw kids running past my window.
It's always a
and
problem.
A lady pulled up in her car and she said, "Did you just get your door kicked in?" I said, "Yes." And she said, "Well, so did I."
Her son actually caught the kids.
He's an ex-military, licensed to carry a weapon, and apparently gave them a pep talk.
This is a very dangerous game, very dangerous game.
Fort Bend County Constable Chief Deputy Jimmy Evans isn't the only law enforcement fearing this dangerous take on a ding-dong ditch. The Friendswood Police Department released these 2 videos of teen boys banging on doors in the wee hours of the morning here. In a different state, one man set up a trap using fishing line.
And his wife ran out and was actually able to jump on top of the kid and held him until law enforcement arrived.
Hell yeah, she was about that
A
action.
homeowner may think that someone is trying to burglarize their residence, and some innocent kid is shot or killed or seriously injured.
I would tell them, stop it before they get hurt. Or
Quit
they
it.
hurt somebody.
Well, he's not innocent though.
And because of this challenge, it will now cost $2,500 to fix 77-year-old Gwen's door. Now, police hope you will take this time to talk with your kids, explain how dangerous and foolish this is, and tell them not to do it before it costs someone their life. Reporting live, I'm Donnelly Keith, Fox 26 News.
The crazy part about that is most of these Ring doorbells, they have motion sensors, right? So if you're in a certain range and it picks you up, you know, if I see like 3 YNs or whoever coming towards my door, and then all of a sudden I hear a fucking, kick. Like, nah, bro. Yeah, this is really dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna. They picked the right neighborhoods. They always pick those cookie cutter suburban neighborhoods, though, where people are probably less aggressive and less, even though they may have guns, they're less. You know what I mean? Just probably older people or people who own stuff and people who have make different decisions, less impulsive decisions and less rash decisions. But yeah.
Yeah, brother. All right, man. I'm out, man. Good show, bro. Holla at you.
Salute to you, bro. Take it easy, man. This is what's I'm trying to do.